what is appropriate to talk about on social, because it might feel icky right now to sell, right? We know that different people have had a different impact. Some have lost their entire income, some have had to drastically cut back. So can we continue to sell, especially things like housing, right? So we sell home. So I want you guys to just step back for a minute. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 5 things, 5 little buckets that are going to help us shift our mindset, because we know that right now it is discipline and creativity that is going to be required to adapt. So yes, we can continue to sell our products. I just want to throw that one out there. We absolutely can, but we will have to have the creativity and the discipline to adapt. And I'm going to talk about 5 points that are going to help us to really pivot and shift. I know some people are so sick of hearing the word pivot, but it's what came to mind. Pivot during this time. So the first thing I want you to think about is the word authority. Everything we do right now is an opportunity to build our brand, which is the ultimate retention tool. Your brand, your reputation, what people think of, the authority, the influence that you hold sway over your audience, that is the ultimate retention tool, right? So I want you to think about right now in terms of social media is a place for you, your community, for those of you that you are your business, this is a place for you to build authority. And there was a really great quote that I want you guys to think about, and this is from the book The Power of Moments from Chip and Dan Heath. And they say, our lives are measured in moments, and defining moments endure in our memories. So the context of this is talking about how, as humans, we face life in different experiences. We might take a trip somewhere, and even though the trip was jam-packed with all sorts of different things, when we look back days, months, years later on that experience, the way the psychology, the way that our mind works is we remember just a few moments. It's the peaks. It's either the best moment or maybe the worst moment of the trip. So like, let's say you went on a trip and you had a horrendous fight with your kids or your husband. That might be one of the things that really stands out as the trip. But then there might be this other piece that was like this beautiful, incredible moment, and it maybe didn't cost money, maybe it was unexpected. You ended up somewhere you didn't think you were going to be. And so the trip, the memory of that entire, let's say, 5-day trip is comprised predominantly of a couple of peak moments and then the end. So during this time that we're going through uncertain times, that the COVID-19 has become part of our everyday vocabulary, we have the opportunity to create authority by creating spectacular moments and remembering that in the end, our brand and the way that the way that we act is going to be what is remembered. And so just stick with me here for a minute. Instead of thinking about just selling, I want you to start kind of doing a mental shift to say, how can my community, how can my business as a realtor, how can I shift to become a real authority, a place that people look to during this time, but even after this time passes? And I promise you guys, it's going to be through certain moments that we create. So if we mess up and we really do a big flub like we've seen some brands do during this time, that's what they're going to be remembered for long after this passes. But if we consistently show up and we show up in a unique way and we, deliver, we build that authority, those moments, along with a few other high points in the content we share, is what people are going to think of. So think about in terms of authority through significant moments. And again, they don't have to be expensive. They have to be unique to you, and they have to make people see the value in what you're offering.